It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Chiefs and the Dolphins under the lights on Sunday night.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. Brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And this being the wild card round, he is the true wild card in this game, because a rookie quarterback getting the start in the NFL postseason, that's not normal. That's a little bit on the unusual side. And there's plenty of guys who have gone into the playoffs after a very good regular season and have struggled. But there have been a few who played well. He wants to be in the latter list.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll set up to throw. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The 27-yard line.
Now back to throw. And he's taken down. The Chiefs sack. Nick Herbig, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
And he just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Connecting over the net. Now the ball comes loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. 2nd and 6. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over. They come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
Well, they certainly are, and let's face it, every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the number 1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
So great throw right there, and what a regular season this rookie had, piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title, and they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But, Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in it as you've professed. So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll find Jones again, complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. They'll set up a throw. The completion to Riddle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins will strike first here in this wild card matchup. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle they go. Boykin, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass it with a running play. I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit them quick. A little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard.
At the Dolphins' 43-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Downs going in motion left. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yards.
Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's Brown on 2nd down. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 37-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
These two teams all tied after one. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 24-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Boykin. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Boykin, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City 1st down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That one complete downfield to Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
And the 1st down, Chiefs.
Downs going in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And
anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
3rd and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Jones has it. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Caught by Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
At the 30-yard line.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
23-yard line.
Back to throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed down the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Brown is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone. As a touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are once again back in front.
Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Back to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
They try and run forward here with Brown. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll set up to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up his secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around, they're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit to prevent him from making another catch to his big start.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the last of our 3 games on this Sunday. One more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up a very exciting 3 days of Super Wild Card Weekend. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where you see the final score there. (24-10) was your final.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Inside the 20. They will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes that kind of had the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
They'll go in for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, they grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And out come the Chiefs now.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Dolphins will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you're expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Miami set to take over. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. And right with it here over the middle. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll look to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Back to throw again. Over the middle here to Brown. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Now a give left side, Brown with it. And now the rookie's free. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 20. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because we see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Complete to Jones. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll set up a throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They'll try and run it in with Brown. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. But look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Now the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Kansas City.
Now a handoff up the middle. Boykin.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
First down, Chiefs.
They'll keep it on the ground. Boykin, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
It's a gain of 6. And a first down, Chiefs.
They'll run on first down. Boykin, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. From 21 yards away.
And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will cut this lead down to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. It's a big play there for Miami. 58 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can find out more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw here. The left side completion to Jones. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They're going to look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner?
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Connecting over the middle with Downs. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now this taken in by Downs. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Now here's, and Johnson lost the football. It's loose, pumped out. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the 1st down, Chiefs.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Up the middle they go. Boykin. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was.
His defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Chiefs 24.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantages and all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Option play. Here's a give to Brown.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
At the 25-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it second and goal as they look for a late touchdown. 2nd and 5. Forced out to his... And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit.
He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other two-thirds, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Point after try forthcoming. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Good position to be in here, second and inches.
It's second and inches.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
The Dolphins advancing in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.
NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Lions, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Tonight, it's the second game here on this Wild Card Saturday, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what
It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game. They try and run on first down, but this one's going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Ball start. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. On play action, they'll throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Edwards. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second and 1. Over the middle this time to Fowler. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles will strike first here, this wild card matchup.
Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive.
And they'll be led by their 5'11" quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground with Allen. And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a second straight play. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Allen here on the screen. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They bring the 5 seed into the playoffs. Of course, they're one of the wild card teams. And when you're a wild card team, it makes it a little bit tougher. You have to win the extra game. But there's been a precedent set of teams doing that successfully in the past.
And it's usually teams that have aspects that really jump out at you and it really factors in the playoffs. I mean, Pittsburgh, they rode a heavy run game with Jerome Bettis when they won in 2005. And then don't forget the Giants in 2007, that season. Pass rush. Remember how big that was for them during the playoffs. And for Green Bay, it was the quarterback play of Aaron Rodgers. So to me, it's a matter of what's going to affect the game in a big way. Can that aspect of your team really make those plays? A lot of times it's pass rush and quarterback play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3.
They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Willis. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now a give right side. It's Willis. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Off the play fake, Walker. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now a carry for Allen. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got it, complete to Fowler. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
Looking to throw. Throw caught there by Willis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fowler. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to find Willis. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Back to throw here. He finds his man complete. It's Bradley. And they'll get this down to the 10. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove. They're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right? That 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I got to tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't, just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Now Walker. Smith catches left side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 1. Here's Walker. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Walker. And it's caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions get a bit closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Extra point right down the middle, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Had a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Eagles on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Walker now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Here's Allen. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Walker. He finds his man, complete. It's Jenkins. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
Walker. To Allen on the dump off. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Willis. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
At the 44-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Willis, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
They're going to look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Now Walker.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 30. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Super Wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute.
But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers matching up against the San Francisco 49ers.
Coach. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Walker. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 42-yard line, here's second and a yard. They'll run with Allen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter. But it's just not clicking right now, and it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them, so what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll set up to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
First down, Eagles.
Up the middle they go. It's Willis. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll look to throw. Throw caught there by Willis. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Second down and 3.
Second and 3 at the Lions' 36-yard line.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case,
I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Walker. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 25 yards that time. Now Allen. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fowler. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And 3 yards to go.
He'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
At the 47-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Willis. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all, because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Bradley. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. They'll look to throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Eagles have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And Walker now to throw on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 9. To throw is Walker. Over the middle to Smith. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. On 1st and 10, Walker got his man complete over the middle. It's Jenkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And they go play action. Here's Walker. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
Off the play fake, Walker.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Eagles' 5-yard line.
To throw is Walker.
Buying time to his left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Here's 3rd and 7. Here's Walker.
Touchdown! A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the 2nd half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them, because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
And right now, that crowd, silent. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he goes out right around the 39. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Willis. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Willis. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Call it a gain of a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Returnable now for Allen. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Allen here on the screen. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
Now Walker.
And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A 1st down throw for Walker.
Going back to Allen. He's got him again. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
And working out of the gun here, Walker. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Defense.
So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Detroit.
Week 12, the Steelers lost an instant classic in their first matchup against the Titans. Can Tennessee finish the sweep? Find out next.
Just a tick under 70,000 packed in here at Nissan Stadium. Not a seat to be had as playoff football and certainly playoff fever have descended upon the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee. Today it all starts, the first of 6 on this Super Wild Card weekend, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Tennessee Titans. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing.
It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wild Card Weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Gets around him. Taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down. to throw. Jarrett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jarrett. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Third down and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. On now is the Titans punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he was absolutely sensational throwing the football all year long, better than 40 touchdown passes. That means he made good decisions, and his team trusted him with the ball. So I can't imagine a scenario in this game where they change their philosophy. If they trusted him in the regular season, they're going to trust him now and let him turn it loose.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a dump off here complete.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st down, Smith. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's Smith. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jarrett locates Mooney on the out route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. to throw. Jarrett. This will be caught just inside the 10. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
At the 8-yard line.
Off play action. Jarrett. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. The tight end in motion right. Brown is in. Touchdown, Tennessee. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Smith now to throw. Left side, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, it's Smith. And that'll be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 13-yard line. He had over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of this wild card game.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Touchdown, Steelers. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Looking to throw. Jarrett working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Off the play fake. Jarrett. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. That one goes for 24 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And they give to Brown on the option. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
Right back to Brown. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Jarrett. That is caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
They'll give it here to Brown. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 2-yard line.
Brown once more. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans have taken the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, This is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Being chased out left. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 6.
To throw is Smith. Looking left side, he's got it complete.
Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
It wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw, Smith. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They run the option on 2nd down.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
Looking to throw. Jarrett.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On 1st and 10,
Jarrett throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Jarrett. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, but 9.9 times out of 10, just missed that one.
His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still at a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and hauled that one in right there.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8. He's going to try and do this himself.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Jarrett. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Jarrett. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And it's a Titans touchdown. A great play there. 30 yards. And the Titans are going to take the lead.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
The try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Smith on 1st down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And His kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll bring him back within 4.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Tennessee offense set to go again.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now this one complete on the slant route. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he's got his man on the out route. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Smith. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now Smith. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. Throwing is Smith, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game.
So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the 2nd half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, BG, thanks very much. The playoffs are underway. What a weekend this is going to be. Super wildcard weekend. This, the first of 6 games set to be played. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment.
But first, let's remind everybody what's coming up tomorrow in the AFC. We've got the 3-6 game, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals matching up against the LA Chargers.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now a throw here to his running back. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Jarrett. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he will have the Titans first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jarrett. And he comes back with one complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Back to throw again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Titans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They just keep marching right along. First down with a pickup of 8 there. Off the play fake. Jarrett. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Running right, here's Brown. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And the Steelers set to take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's got a man, complete.
Still going.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 79 yards.
And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
This taken in right around the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. Now a give left side, Brown with it.
And he'll get this to the 32.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
To throw on 2nd down. Jarrett got a man, and he hits him in stride. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. Off play action. Jarrett. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Option play. Here's a give to Brown. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st down instead of airing it out.
And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
An inside give, Brown. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 49 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. On second and goal, here's the option. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Titans are able to add on to that lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
To throw on second down is Smith. He's going to float this one deep right side.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code that he could not hang on to it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
First down, Pittsburgh.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Smith now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
A gain of 7. And the Steelers first down.
On first down, Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First down, Steelers.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Steps away. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now it's Smith. He's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Titans now just about ready to take over. And right now, they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, that's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
And this offense on third down today, as close to automatic as you can get. 9 out of 10. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Minor. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A quick throw out wide to Mooney. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 38 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at him from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
At the 32-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
To throw is Smith. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
A gain of 7. And the Steelers' 1st down.
Smith. And a throw right sideline is complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A throw over the middle taken in. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now the Titans down by 7. A minute 56 to go. They need a touchdown here to try to force overtime, but they've got the support of this playoff record crowd. 1st and 10.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Back to throw. He's got Mooney. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll look to throw. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2nd down, 8 yards to go.
It's 2nd and 8. At the 39.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. He's back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Back to throw. His throw incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's an aggressive shot to take. They definitely need a touchdown, but now you paint yourself into a corner because it's 4th down. And if you don't get a conversion here, that could be the end of the comeback.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
Plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Steelers ready to take over on offense.
Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football. People hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Where they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Throwing is Smith. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. From the red zone now, Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Playoff football at its best. Remember, a touchdown on this drive isn't a game winner as they work on 2nd down here.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes in overtime in the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Point after here coming up. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules will change, partner, to afford teams an opportunity to respond in this type of a situation, because in the past, this game would already be over, and the losing team would be making off-season plans. Now they've earned their way into a postseason. They do get a chance to answer after the other team scores first.
Now a first throw here in overtime.
He hits Mooney going across the middle.
And they take this up here to 30 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Back to throw. Jarrett. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Defense.
This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's first down.
A throw there, but that that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball.
Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Nashville.